Hello students, welcome to AKR chemistry classes. In this class, I am going to give the information regarding about the periodic properties of first and second group elements in the periodic table so that you can easily memorize the properties of these elements at the time of examination of NEET, mains or KSET level. So as we all know that group 1 contains total 7 elements and group 2 contains total 6 elements, means there are total 13 elements are there in S block. So those elements of group 1 are hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium, having the outermost electronic configuration noble gases NS1. Hydrogen is a gas, francium is a radioactive element, and remaining elements are called alkali metals. Metals, when treated with water, they form strong bases. Alkali means ashes of plants. Group 2 elements are beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radon. Radon is a radioactive element having the outermost electronic configuration noble gases NH2, and these elements exist in our earth crust in the combined form, therefore they are called as alkaline earth metals. If you observe the outermost electronic configuration of group 1 and group 2 elements possess completely filled electronic configuration, group 1 possess exactly half filled electronic configuration. Therefore stability of group 2 elements is greater than group 1 and reactivity of group 1 elements is greater than group 2, because we know that stability is inversely proportional to reactivity. Coming to the second properties of S block elements, that is density. As we all know that density is nothing but mass per unit volume. If mass predominates over volume, density always increases. If volume predominates over mass, density decreases. As we move down the group, as we move down the group or across the period period with respect to group 1 and group 2, atomic number what happens increases, which indicates that mass always predominates over volume, therefore density increases. Therefore with respect to alkali metals, if I go lithium means density should increases, next element should be sodium, but it will becomes potassium, then sodium, rubidium and cesium. Students, these things you should have to keep in mind. Potassium possesses less density than sodium due to sudden increase in atomic volume due to the addition of vacant d subshell. This is the reason. With respect to alkaline earth metals, if I go, it is like this. Lithium, after that you should have to get magnesium, but calcium, magnesium, strontium and barium. Okay, ra? So calcium possesses, again due to the addition of vacant d subshell, atomic volume increases, therefore density decreases. Comparing both the groups, I can represent the density like this. So this is not lithium, sorry, beryllium. Lithium, beryllium, then potassium, then coming to calcium, next sodium, magnesium, then go to rubidium, strontium, cesium and barium. So barium possesses maximum density, lithium possesses minimum density, and here will be the variation. So based on this, definitely there will be one question arises in your objective level program. Now coming to third periodic property, that is ionization energy or ionization potential. Ionization energy or ionization potential. As we all know that ionization energy is inversely proportional to atomic radius. So with increase in atomic radius, ionization energy decreases. With a decrease in atomic radius, ionization energy increases. Therefore, ionization energy of group 2 elements will be greater than ionization energy of group 1 elements. This is with respect to first ionization energy. So we can also give the information because it possesses a completely filled electronic configuration and these elements possess a filled electronic configuration. Therefore, with respect to alkali metals, if I write lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. With respect to alkali earth metals, if I write beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium. So beryllium possesses maximum ionization, first ionization energy when compared to lithium. So beryllium, lithium, then magnesium, followed by potassium, calcium and sodium, not potassium, magnesium, after magnesium, sodium, calcium, potassium, strontium, rubidium, barium, cesium. Barium and cesium. So beryllium possesses maximum ionization energy, cesium possesses minimum ionization energy. But when group 1 elements gives out the electron, when it gives out the electron, its electronic configuration becomes noble gases ns0. When group 2 elements gives out one electron, its electronic configuration becomes noble gases ns1. So if I want to remove the second electron from group 1 elements, I should have to remove from the noble gas, but you can remove from the s orbital. Therefore, with respect to second ionization energy, group 1 elements will be greater than group 2 elements. So students, so be careful with this concept. Now coming to the next, electropositive character. Electropositive character of alkaline and alkaline earth elements across the period. Across the period, this electropositive character, the electropositive character decreases, and down the group, this electropositive character always increases. So with respect to group 1 elements, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. Cesium possesses high electropositive in nature. With respect to group 2, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium. So group 1 elements are more electropositive than group 2 elements. Group 1 elements are more electropositive than group 2 elements. Based on this electropositive character, I can explain the electropositive character as well as ionization energy. I can explain the metallic nature of these elements. The metallic nature of any element. The metallic nature of any elements is inversely proportional to ionization energy, or directly proportional to its electropositive character. Directly proportional to electropositive characters. So based on this, we can indicate that metallic nature of group 1 elements is always greater than group 2 elements. Metallic nature of group 1 elements is always greater than group 2 elements. Then coming to the crystal structure of group 1 and 2 elements. Crystal structure of group 1 and group 2 elements plays a very important role to understand the melting point and boiling point of group 1 and group 2 elements. So if I come with the group 1 elements or alkali metals, that is alkali metals, what are the alkali metals I got? Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. So all these elements at NTP conditions, all these elements possess BCC structure, body centered cubic structure. Body centered cubic structure. Due to this, they possess very less close packing or loose close packing structure. Loose close packing structure. If I come with respect to lithium, at low temperature, lithium exists in HCP form, hexagonal close packing form, which is more close packing structure, means the molecules are present very near together in case of HCP. If I go with alkaline earth elements, we got beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium. Beryllium and magnesium possess hexagonal close packing. Calcium and strontium possess face-centered cubic close packing, and barium possess BCC structure. Students, based on this concept also they can ask questions in our objective level program. So if you understand this concept, then I will teach the concept of melting point and boiling point. So if I go with the melting point and the boiling point of group 1 and group 2 elements, alkali metal are very soft in nature, soft and ductile. Alkali metals are very soft and ductile due to the existence of BCC structure. Therefore, they possess low melting point as well as boiling point. They possess low melting point and boiling point when compared to other elements in our periodic table. Reason, due to the existence of BCC structure at NTP conditions. If I go with alkaline earth metals, in case of alkaline earth metals, in case of HCP, FCC, the molecules are held, the atoms are held close to each other, therefore they are very hard and brittle in nature. These are very hard and brittle in nature, therefore they possess high melting point and boiling point. First group elements possess low lattice energy. Whereas second group element possess high lattice energy. These two things plays a very important role to explain the solubility. Based on that facts, if I represent the order of melting point and boiling point with respect to alkali metals, I will represent like this: lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. Because as I move down the group, atomic radius increases, therefore in close packing structure the atoms move far away from each other, therefore their melting point and boiling point decreases. But with melting point and boiling point, this is very important with respect to alkaline earth metals. It is irregular way due to different crystal structure. The reason is due to different crystal structure. It is like this: beryllium possesses maximum melting point when compared to magnesium, calcium, compared to strontium, compared to barium, compared to magnesium. So magnesium possesses the least melting point and boiling point in case of both first and second group elements. Please note it down. Coming to the next, flame colorization. Whenever the salts of alkali metals are alkaline earth metals on heated to Bunsen burner flame. It exhibit characteristic color. Reason everything you study with your PUC part. I will give the what are the color exhibited by these elements: lithium, crimson red, crimson red, sodium, golden yellow, potassium, pale yellow, rubidium, red violet, and cesium, blue color in nature. So you should have to memorize, because one question definitely may ask in your objective problem. In group 2 elements, beryllium and magnesium do not exhibit any color, to the flame due to two factors: high ionization, small atomic radius, and high ionization energy. Whereas calcium, brick red, strontium, dark red, and barium, apple green edge flame. Coming to the next, hydration of ions and hydration energy. The degree of hydration is inversely proportional to the size of cation. Smaller the size of cation, greater the degree of hydration, greater will be the hydration energy. That is directly proportional to hydration energy. Amount of energy get releases when 1 mole of ion is get occupied by required number of water molecules in solution. So with respect to alkali metals, as we move down the group, ionic radius increases, hydration energy or degree of hydration energy decreases. So lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, and cesium. So maximum degree of hydration, minimum degree of hydration. So around the lithium ion, more number of water molecules get accumulated. Around the cesium ion, less number of water molecules get accumulated. So based on this, we can explain the mobility and conductivity of an electrolytic solution when these ions are present. That is cesium, rubidium, potassium, sodium, and lithium. Reason is lithium possesses maximum degree of hydration, therefore less mobility and conductivity. Cesium possesses less degree of hydration, therefore maximum mobility and conductivity. With respect to alkaline earth elements, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, and barium. So minimum degree of hydration, maximum degree of hydration. So order of mobility and reactivity will be inverse. Since hydration energy of group 2 elements is always greater than group 1 elements. Group 2 elements is always greater than group 1 elements. Next, coming to the reducing property. Due to low ionization energy, all the first and second group elements easily undergo ionization to form electropositive ion, and this reaction is called as oxidation reaction, and the element which is involved in the oxidation is called as reducing agent. So based on, as we move down the group, atomic radius increases, therefore reducing character also increases. First group with respect to alkali metals, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. So cesium should be stronger reducing agent, but exceptional behavior of lithium is lithium acts as a strong reducing agent due to high hydration energy. Due to high hydration energy, lithium acts as a strong reducing agent. With respect to alkaline earth elements, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium. Note it down. Okay students, thanks for watching this video. Try to practice this. In the next class, I am going to give the hints how to memorize the chemical properties of both alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. Thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day.